Hello everyone, welcome to Triple T Thursday. That's tips, tricks, tutorials. Today I want to have a chat with y'all. I was thinking about this and I just want to have a general musings, rant, whatever type of session with y'all. And the premise is, who decides when enough is enough? So what do I mean? Wait, let's back up. Where are my manners? Hello, how are you? And let's also chat about the ever important question, what's in your cup? I was hanging out outside today. It was unusually warm for Seattle, and I was taking advantage of the nice weather. I took my scooter out. Vroom, 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 vroom. If you hadn't heard, I got an electric scooter, and it's lots of fun. And I went out and about. I went to like a co-working space a little bit. I went to kind of like this waterfront park. I was testing out some microphones, so I need to bring in the video footage from that so I can create a short about it. So I'm excited for that too. But what's in my cup today is Propel Fitness Water. It's black cherry. It's made by Gatorade, and it has electrolytes in it because it's what plants crave. Okay, so let's have a chat today. Two different things were happening. One, I saw a tweet from a friend of mine, and she and I met at the YouTube Creator Collective event that was hosted by Benji and Andrew Edwards, and it was held at Chef Steps. And it was really awesome getting to meet another local creator here kind of in the Seattle Pacific Northwest area. And she, is making some food content. And at the event, unfortunately, her camera got broken. And I felt so bad for her because she uses this camera to obviously make all of her videos, and she is contracted, I think, soon to do some stuff with some upcoming brands. And so she was really excited to do these brand deals. And I think she was, I can't say what she was thinking, but I would think if that's what you have and then all you have is your phone, maybe you don't feel as comfortable making the same content. I don't know if that's what her thought was, but I felt bad. And I was like, you know what? I have this extra Sony ZV-1 hanging about, and it's really, I always have these great ideas and intentions that I'm going to do stuff with it. And then I don't. And I was like, wow, if I could, let her borrow it, then maybe she can get to doing what she needs to do, right? And so I just sent her a message, and I was like, hey, I've got this extra camera. If you want, you can borrow it. Turns out there were several people who offered, I think, to let her have some equipment or to help her get her stuff fixed. But she ended up borrowing my camera. And then I just saw today that she had posted about a partnership that she had with a Pacific Northwest restaurant chain called Taco Time. And I don't know if you ever heard the jingle. I know I was telling her, it always reminds me. The jingle used to be like, anytime it's taco time. But anyways, I digress. She has this sponsorship with them, and I was like, good for you, way to go. And then she was like, I used your camera. And I was like, well, that made me feel happy that she got to be able to still continue with what she needed to do. And so I was like, oh, in some small way, I was helping. And what's funny is I was like, at first I almost wasn't even going to offer, because it's not like a fancy camera. It's, but she was like, oh, it's the same camera I use. And I'm like, there you go. Great. It worked out. And one of the reasons that I bring this up and I'm thinking about this is, y'all know that I am a technology hoarder, and it has become a problem in the past. But in this instance, it did actually turn out to be a good thing. So let that be not a lesson, but you know what I mean? It was finally okay, type of moment. But I had noticed that I think when she was at the event, one of us, Marcus Schaff, has been a member. Thank you, Marcus. She was using the new DJI wireless mic in version 2. And I have been looking at those and been thinking for a long while, do I want to get one of these? Do I want to get one of these? And I'm like, what would be the point? What would be needed for me to have this, right? And I was like, there's nothing that technically I really need this for, because I have the DJI wireless mics in the very first version, and what it doesn't have is Bluetooth. Okay, no big deal. I mean, it would be nice if it had Bluetooth, but I can still, it's like a very small transmitter thing. So it's not that big of a deal, right? And then I was like, and you were given these mics from Shure to test out, right? So you have these Bluetooth mics. They connect Bluetooth. This is what you wanted. But then I run down this comparison game of, well, here's all the things that this mic has that this doesn't have, right? It's like, it doesn't record internally. And I'm like, when's the last time you needed to record internally? It's not that big of a deal. Or you can't stream through this thing. And because I was trying to hook it up, and it has some limitations. You have to go through the app to recognize the Bluetooth mic part of it, and then it can only go through Facebook or YouTube or a custom RTMP. So you can't stream through like TikTok or anything else unless you use their separate adapter, which is quite pricey. And so I was kind of like bummed about it. And then I was like, but why are you really bummed? Because you have this DJI mic. And then I was like, but I wanted the DJI too. And then I am telling you this, I am like outing myself and how embarrassing I am, is I have been watching non-stop reviews of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, thinking like, I need one of these. Why do I need one of these? Just because I think that like I need it. So I keep going with the Pocket 3 and being like, if I do this, it gets one of those mics that I wanted that's Bluetooth and then I was like, who is there to tell you in your life that enough is enough? Like when I get my camera back from this girl, I can just use the mics that I have, right? If I wanted to vlog, which I don't even vlog, if I wanted to do these like things. So I liken it to when I have this makeup collection, as I'm hoarding makeup, there's this idea of this fantasy self, right? This fantasy self uses all of this equipment and vlogs and needs a better vlog camera, but like in reality, I can use my cell phone. I can use this Bluetooth mic from Shure. I can use the DJI mic that I have that is just not the Bluetooth version 1, right? But I keep building it up in my head that I need all these things, and then when you add it all up, it's like another $1,000, right? This DJI Pocket combo, that and the mic, and then the extra battery pack comes with. So I don't need to spend another $800 in my life when I don't even vlog in the first place, but I just want it. And so there has to be someone sometimes in your life that's like, girl, fella, back away from the buy now button. Don't add it to your cart. You don't need it. Make do with what you have, right? And I think you saw this when I went through this entire long story and escapade that became of the, here I have the Sony a7 III, and it wasn't good enough. It was like, but I only got the a7 III after I traded in the a6400 and a couple of other like cameras I had laying around because I needed a full frame camera, right? For a talking head video, I could get by with a webcam, you know what I mean? But I'm like, no, I need the Sony. And then I kept bemoaning that it wasn't the Sony a7S III, right? And then I'm like, I'm just gradually putting these pieces together. And I'm like, I don't need the Sony a7S III. I don't go out there and vlog. I don't need the flip out thing. I got this little mirror thing. I don't need it. But I convinced myself that I should have it. Why? Because some of my favorite YouTubers have it. And I feel like we all do this. Like, we're like, oh, once I get this piece of equipment, right? Or if I have this thing that this other person has, then I should therefore be able to what? Tell as good a story, make as good of videos? No. And that's the truth, is we're so distracted by these minor details that don't matter at all. So you'll know I have a coaching client, and she is a lady, 65, doing a beauty YouTube channel. And sometimes, right, I'm sure she'll like, I need this camera, I need this thing. And I was like, whoa, let's make some videos first and see how much you like it, right? And she's already now gotten 400 subscribers. Some of her videos are, you know, she got one that has 20,000 views and another that's 2,000 views. My last video I put out this week is 50 views. You see what I'm saying? Like, and she's doing it on her cell phone. Like, I don't need more equipment. I need apparently to make better videos. But that's what I'm saying is It's very easy for us to get caught up in I need this, I need that, I want to upgrade this. And we don't need to upgrade these things sometimes. So let me see what you're saying. King CMC TV, hello, is a smiley face. Oh, Marcus, you got the Pocket 3 Creator combo. Would not have bought one without that. Yep, in the review watching game. My motto is to start vlogging. I saw you were vlogging in public and on the bus, and with what I have, when I really enjoy it, I can upgrade later. And that's a great way to do it. And that's the way that I used to feel about, like, you know, software. Like, I didn't want to transition to Final Cut Pro until I outgrew iMovie, which I did after the first 100 videos, right? But that's, I feel like, one of the problems with a lot of the brand new creators, or creators just in general. We get really distracted by, like, these minor details that don't really count, and we ruminate and we really get in the weeds about it, right? And then what we don't spend a lot of time on are the things that will actually move the needle for us, which is telling a better story, getting a little better with editing, making sure that our thumbnails are better than the last time around, and making sure that maybe we have a hook in our opening so that people are excited to watch our videos. All of that stuff we ignore, and we go for the shiny object syndrome of, but if I get a full frame camera versus off of this webcam or something like that. And that's what we are concerned with, and that's what we think is going to really, like, we get distracted by this. We're distracted by wanting a better camera, wanting to upgrade our audio when there was nothing wrong with our audio, wanting to upgrade the lights, right? Oh, by the way, I will finally be getting around to filming the home office tour space that I did promise a while back. However, there's one thing that is happening. So way back last year in October, when I was an MC at Vid Summit, one of the things that was a perk for some of the speakers and the MCs was a consultation with Amaran/Aperture, and they would talk with us about kind of like, sorry, my dog is old. You're going to hear him, okay? You're going to hear him. I'm sorry. And they would kind of talk to us about our equipment, our setup and whatnot. And then, if they could, they would maybe even like give us a deal or donate some lights or something like that. And that was one of the perks. Buddy. So it took a while. It took me until like this month, basically, to finally get my appointment and chat with them. Super nice, by the way. And by then I'd already gotten another light, and so I've got a couple lights. I did learn a kind of a cool, interesting fact that you don't need to have both lights shining on you at the same brightness. He says it actually looks kind of unnatural if you have that in this weird flat light situation, even if you're directly in the middle. So he's like, sometimes it's better if you have one side that is a little bit stronger than the other, because it almost mimics like what would it be like when you were sitting next to a window or something. And I was like, well, that's cool. So I learned that. And then we were just talking about, I said, the big thing I have now is that I'd be interested at all in is like, how do I light up my boot wall? How do I like give it some oomph, like some cool lights? And so he actually said that he would send me out like a couple of little tubey lights, and then maybe help me get them set up. So once I get them set up, and I think I got a shipping confirmation saying that they had come out, or at least like the label had been made and everything. Once I get those little things set up, then I can get them in place and have him like set it up on my app and everything. Then I'm going to film my office or my filming setup tour and then put that video out. So I'm kind of excited for that one. Pixel Pia, hello, how are you? Good to see you. You didn't get a notification. Oh no, but you are drinking coffee. All right, well, at least one of the things is regular there, right? So that video is coming, as well as I did put a video out. So remember when I said it, I am going to be more concise with the video that we had done the live stream for last week, which is a whole bunch of ways to take vertical videos and turn them into from horizontal videos. And so I did try and put out that video. I think it's like 6-7 minutes long, and I think there's 5 different ways. And of course we all know there's more ways to do it than that, but I just put 5 in that video. It's doing abysmally, but it is out there. So if y'all want to see it, even though it's really just the condensed version of what you saw last week without the like head scratching and wonderment of like, why won't this video file play? that video is out there. And I didn't even do a very good, honestly, job of like showing you like keyframing and stuff. I really like took the easy way out and I like moved it on screen versus actually using like the slider on the pixel picker thing on the others for like changing the axis in the X position. I didn't do that. But anyways, that video is out. You like the video? Thank goodness. At least someone watched it, right? You know what? I digress. 30 people watched it. I was feeling sorry for myself though, because I had the consultation with my beauty channel lady, like I said, and like her last video got, I think it was like 2,000 views. You guys. And I'm happy. I'm so excited for her. But I was just like, what does that tell you? That like she has 400 subscribers. We're trying to get her monetized. You know, that's the next step. We got to get her to 3,000 hours and 4,000 hours. And she has more watch time than I do. So I am proud of her, but also it's like I am doing abysmal. So that reminds me of the Friends episode where Joey doesn't know the definition of abysmal, so he thinks that someone was complimenting him when they called his acting abysmal. And then so he tries to cheer up Monica, who just got a food review saying that her food was abysmal. And he's like, see? And it's just like, okay. Anyways, that video is out. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about Taylor Swift. So recently she put out an album called The Tortured Poets Department. There's a couple of songs in there, and the reason why it's going to become more apparent here in a second. Well, one of the tracks that she had put out was called I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, something like that. So what's really interesting about this is, one, it plays part of the click track, which is what a musician hears in their earpiece, which is usually like a metronome like happening, and like maybe like intro or like, you know, something like that kind of lets them know when to be singing certain parts, or, you know, just because the crowd can be so loud. And so she wears her in-ear monitors and she can hear the mix of her vocals and whatnot. And so one of them, it's playing like this happy kind of upbeat track, which was actually a track from her tour, which she's currently on, you know, probably biggest grossing tour of all time. And it's like a really happy upbeat track. And then her song, it has these like devastating lyrics in it, which is like, I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday every day, you know, and it's like, I'm obsessed with him, but he avoids me. He's like, I cry a lot, but I'm so productive. It's an art. And she says, you know, you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart. And, you know, so she's like really depressed, but she's in the song being like, I'm hitting my marks. You guys think I'm having the time of my life. You know, like they said, fake it till you make it. But like I'm dying inside. She's like, no one knows that I'm completely depressed and miserable, you know. And it reminds me a little bit of being a YouTuber, honestly. And the reason I say that now is because a lot of what you see online isn't real, okay? It's let me like suck in my stomach and hold my breath while I take this photo so I look a little skinnier. It's let me edit the crap out of it so that the Facetune and everything is on it so it looks like I'm really, really like pretty right now. It's, you know, I hate everybody, but like I'm going to put on a smile and then tell you about what like the best time I'm having. And I think one of the problems is not only do people kind of like eat it up, but they don't know any better. And people, I think, are really craving this authenticity that isn't happening a lot of the time. And I feel like a lot of creators feel like they have to put on an entire persona when they come online and present themselves in this way that is put together and proper and happy and, you know, someone to aspire to or look up to, or, you know, I definitely have had that in the past where it's like, well, if I don't look like I know what I'm doing, then who's going to want to listen to me? That kind of thing. And that's a mixture of imposter syndrome / everything else, right? But I feel like it's almost a disservice where we're not being our true, authentic selves so that the audience can see, you know, sometimes if you're sad, or sometimes if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And I think it's okay for us to feel that and show that versus having everyone think that we have it all together, right? So it says something like, I'm a real tough I can handle my S. And, you know, and I just feel like people are probably looking for not real, to recognize real, and to maybe understand that people that they're looking up to, they also have problems, right? Everyone has problems. And so I feel like we could just use a little bit more of that. And so that's just something that I was kind of thinking during, especially that track. And also when I was thinking about this, there's some people out there now who are saying like, they don't really like this album. It's too disjointed. It's too whatever. But she has come out in an interview saying like, I need to put this out and now I can be done with it and I can put it to rest and put it to bed and like move on. And I have said before, like, I think that she'll take a nice long break, you know, after these tours and just go and be like, you know, with her family, with her boyfriend, with all that stuff. And maybe just be low key for a while. And there's no one there around to tell her like, it's enough. You know what I mean? Like she has been so prolific during everything from the time of lockdown through whatever. And that's one thing that's really kind of like amazing about hers. She just keeps putting out stuff, right? So it's like 4 albums in 4 years, not to mention, that's not counting the re-recording of her albums that were from the old label, right? And this also reminds me of kind of being a YouTuber, because sometimes there's stuff you have to make, sometimes just because it makes you feel good inside. And that's like that Sarah Dietschy, one for them, one for me, you know, like I don't think she's losing sleep at night if people aren't really loving this album from her, because she's saying, I needed to make this. So this could be that album that's for her, right? And if people are like, well, this isn't really a commercial success, I'm like, commercial success in what way? Like there's not enough danceable bops like in like other albums. And so I feel like when you're a YouTube creator, people want you to do this kind of certain thing, right? You're known for iMovies, so stop making videos about other things, right? Just do this and repeat it and just keep going. Stop branching out. Don't give us like an album about country, and don't give us like a folk album, and don't give us like, but some people then find it and love it and, you know, and want to be in on it too. But that's the thing is, I think for her and for many of us as creators, like we want to learn and grow and try and touch all these different things or explore other parts of ourselves, or all of a sudden now it was, let me tell these stories, not about myself, but about these, you know, characters that I've made up, right? Let me start writing with my then partner and see about what's it look like to do this as a duet. Or, you know, let's go back to a pattern that does work with me and my producer that we've done the last 3 albums together. Or I just want to collab now with my friends and have a good time, which is like this Post Malone and Lana Del Rey type of thing, right? So I feel like a lot of us could take a lot from what we're seeing on the outside and kind of apply it as YouTubers. So that is, you know, are we exploring? Are we learning and growing? Because she's certainly not staying complacent. And then she just keeps trying new things, trying new genres of music, trying new like lyrical patterns, trying new, you know, collabs, or, you know, talking about some type of thing that people don't think she should be talking about. But still maintaining this kind of like herself in it, if that makes sense. And I think one of the things about it is a lot of people want to get to know her, but she says, I give it to you all through like my art and through my lyrics and through my music videos and stuff like that, right? And then for a lot of the rest of the stuff, she's pretty private. And I feel like that is kind of how some YouTubers are. Like they're going to give you everything that they can in their videos, in their, you know, blog posts, in their social media posts, in their reviews, whatever they choose. And then they want to have like kind of this private life. Kind of reminds me more of like the Jenna Marbles and Julian Solomita, where they're like, we'll give you everything you want while the video's on, but then like don't come find us at our house because that's weird, right? And that's the thing is people have these weird parasocial relationships, as you do with growing up with an artist that you love or growing up with watching someone online. And it's just interesting to me to see some of these parallels also, you know, where Taylor has gone from being told what to do or being told she has to follow some formula into now being like, No, I'm calling my own shots. I'm writing it. I'm directing these videos. I am, telling the stories that I want to tell. And then I feel like that same freedom is starting to come when we as creators are in the trenches and we keep making more videos and we keep trying more things, and then have more freedom and flexibility to try all these other things, whether it's new genres, new topics, new styles, new editing tricks, all of that stuff. So I feel like it's similar, but we have to be careful not to do it with a broken heart sometimes, which is, not share some of the struggles or fake stuff. You know what I mean? Let me know if this is making sense to anybody, because like I had a whole parallel between YouTubers and Taylor Swift. In my head, it made sense. Let me know if it actually makes sense to y'all as well. So, Pixelbia says, I am happy if my videos get double digits nowadays, but I have realized that this is a hobby, not a career for me, and all is fine. And I am now making videos and talking about things I want to talk about, and I haven't really had a conversation with myself on why I'm doing this. I'm really glad that you mentioned this, because this actually does come into another topic that I wanted to chat about, or not just topic, but point. Two things is, one, we do have to be able to define success for ourselves, right? And for you, it's making videos that you want to make, and hopefully finding people that connect with that message and what you're talking about along the way. And that's how you derive personal satisfaction. And I love that. And it's clearly defined for you, right? It's not based on some other outside thing. It's about you getting to share what you want and hoping other people like it as well. So the other thing I want to chat about is this idea that the end goal is supposed to be that you're a full-time YouTuber and you work for yourself. It's kind of like inbred in us that, or ingrained, that should be our ultimate goal. But you know what? I mean, I've been so honest with y'all sometimes I think I should go back and find a job. And I'm not one to sit there and try and like shit all over someone because they don't want to be a full-time creator. I think it's fine if someone wants to be a part-time creator. And I saw this on Twitter where the Korean dad, I don't know if any of y'all watch him, he has a YouTube channel, is big on TikTok, and he had put out a post saying, and we're talking millions of followers, and he had said something like, the life of being a creator, or more so not the life of a creator, but the income streams that come with being a creator, being associated with that, is too volatile. And I want something that is sustainable, and I want something that is like steady. So I'm looking for a job while I then continue to create YouTube videos or content on the side. He's like, and I have a lot of transferable skills, right? I can do X and Y and Z, and I can work with brands and partners and all this stuff. And I can talk about social media and video creation. So very valuable to someone out there. And I think what's funny is a lot of people were going to, I think, dunk on him and be like, see, no, you couldn't make it as, and I'm like, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with being someone who gets a steady paycheck and does it on the side. It's not like the be all end all goal for every person to want to do it as a full-time thing. And as much as I would like to think maybe it would be cool to do as a full-time, I know that I don't make full-time income money, even though I am full-time. So I don't know, just to have and take away any of that, like some of that worry about some of the money stuff, I don't think it would be that bad if I could find the right position to go find a corporate job again, of some kind. I don't know what that is, but I just can't feel bad for anyone who wants to do that too. Or I am never going to be on the bus of people who are going to make fun or make them feel bad for not wanting to leave a full-time career and go be in this thing that is volatile, right? Like never, that's never going to be me. I think that it's great to have a steady income. It's great if you can, shut off your brain at whatever o'clock and not think about that job. But I think it's great to have a steady paycheck. And if the job brings you joy, I think that's great. And I think it's really weird that we as creators tend to try and group people into, oh, you're not full-time creator. You're not making enough money. You're not like, and that's not even really it, because sometimes people want to get out of the house and they want to see friends and they want to go to an office and they want to have some semblance of the real world normalcy. And that's fine too. And it's weird that we make them feel weird about this thing that's a more new type of career, being like, you should want this. This is the end pinnacle. This is what everybody wants to be, as Andrea, if you know, from Devil Wears Prada, right? So, I mean, I've thought about it all the time of like, maybe I should find some job and then do this on the side. And just like I would say for anyone who's thinking that they want to become a full-time creator, I'm like, and they have a full-time job, buddy, it's like, don't leave until you have a lot of money saved up and you're totally fine with, I'm sorry, he's old, guys. He's just very old. Buddy. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's just old. Anyways, let's see what you're all saying. Oh, hello. James Pruitt's in the house. I am a full-time creator, but it's not my career. That is a difference. Yes, absolutely. So I'm in a situation I don't need this to be income. Exactly, see? And it's hard to sustain long-term, and very few actually do it. Correct. Absolutely. You sound like my new channel. That is all I'm talking about over there. How to be a YouTuber without the hustle to build a business. Yeah. And I think, yeah, we try and stigmatize this, like, don't be a hobby creator. Don't be, what's wrong with being a hobby creator? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with being a hobby creator. And I think it's weird that we try and shame people into being like this little thing. If it's not trying to become a full-time thing, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. You know, like, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. Sounds like a great topic I've been contemplating a lot myself lately. I'm so glad to hear that then this resonates with some of y'all, because some of this has been on my mind for a little while, and I'm glad that y'all want to chat about it too. And that is coming back to Pixel Pia's point, which is, right, like, how do you define success? If you don't define success as, you know, doing this full time, and you do it as having a certain amount of money that you get to like spend on drinks at the club on weekends, and that's enough for you, and that's fine. Great. If it's enough to fund your hobbies, like if you're into, like, I don't know, some sport that has entry fees, and like the YouTube channel that you have makes enough to like break even on all your entry fees for that, great. You know, I'm be like, that's awesome. I think it's there's so many, you know, hundreds of millions of YouTube channels. And while I think, yes, some dream about only doing that full time, there's a lot more that are really, they're doing it for the love of sharing whatever topic and videos, you know, finding a hobby, learning more about the hobby they're in, wanting to build a community of like-minded type people. And there's something to be said for that they don't need to be full-time. They don't need to make it a full-time career. They don't need to replace their full-time income. It's supposed to be fun for them. And we just really need to appreciate that that's where some people are at, and there's nothing wrong with them for wanting that. It's not weird of them to not want to be full-time creators. It's not weird of them to not want to make enough money to replace their full-time job, to do this full-time, because this job is volatile. Y'all know that, right? And then all of a sudden you get invalid traffic, and then you've got, you know, AdSense being taken away, or you've got ElsaGate happening, or you've got, you know, Adpocalypse happening again. And, you know, this whole, oh no, I did this to become a full-time creator, and then you get kicked off a platform or something. You just never know. So yeah, it is volatile, and there's something very fine with being a quote unquote regular 9-to-5er. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stress that enough, that it doesn't have to be trying to make everyone get to a point where they can be full-time or like leave their jobs. So it's totally fine to be a hobby creator. And so I thought it was really brave of that gentleman, the Korean dad, to say, like, I'm looking for a job. And I hope he finds one. I hope he already did, you know? And, you know, we've even seen some people in our own friend community who actually just got let go from jobs. And what a tough spot to be in, right? Because if you're not making enough money on your side hustle to replace your income, like, you're going to have a very drastic change in lifestyle. You're going to go out there and find another job. So, yeah. So it depends on the goals. If you can live in 3K a month, it's a lot easier to reach that needing 10K per month than to just get by. Yeah. Yep. And again, that depends on like what does success look like for you and how much money do you really need to live. And, that's why we did a lot of that whole money making series one, to illustrate the point that not everyone makes a lot of money on YouTube. Like, I think y'all know, a lot of the time we don't make a lot of money online. And so even when we looked at my numbers, some people may look from the outside and be like, but you have a channel with like 40,000 subscribers and you have your own business and you have all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, and I make no money. So, I think I was looking at my analytics the other day and it said that since like the dawn of my channel, like total lifetime, like I think I've made, it said $14,000. That's over like 7 years. So even if you, break that out, let's say it's $2,000 a year. No one is living off of $2,000 a year. So, I don't know if that was eye-opening for people when I would go and share all of my numbers and be like, I'm not making that much money. So one, you really got to diversify your streams, but two, like you got to have a better plan than just keep going, so there's that. Even now, like I still don't make very much money. Now, I think I make less now than I did actually even back then when I was tracking, to be honest, because I make less now. I don't have as many editing clients, and I just don't know if I feel the need to want to go out there and find a whole bunch, and so I don't know. He's old, guys and gals, he's old. There is something kind of fun happening tomorrow though, and I thought, it would be nice if I had that DJI Osmo Pocket 3 because I could vlog it. But I'll just use a cell phone. But I am going to a coffee place where they're going to teach me about making espresso, and maybe I'm going to attempt a foam art, like the latte foam. I'm going to try and make something. I'm going to try and make a heart or a leaf or something. So I'm very excited about that. And maybe I will share a little behind the scenes with channel members or something or whatnot. So I'm 5 years in and still not monetized until the beginning of this year when I had a conversation with myself and I let it pull me down. So I've had the beauty channel for 5-something years. I'm not monetized on that channel either. I am 600 and I think it's 80 hours away from reaching monetization on that channel, but I'm still not there yet. You know what I mean? So let me look at it. It is, just make sure that's right. I am sitting at 3. Oh wait, I was like, wait a second, what? For a sec, I was in the wrong math there. So 3380. All right, so I'm 620 hours away from being able to be monetized on the beauty channel, which I have had for, actually, let me show you. Lifetime. When was that? So I've had it since 2018, I guess maybe, but I wasn't really posting on it. Big surprise. So let's see. Yeah. August 7th, 2018. So I've been on that channel since 2018. So that's 6 years. So I got you beat, Pixelpia. So I've been on that channel for 6 years and I am not monetized. And that's my second closest channel to being monetized. You know what I mean? So, geez. And again, it is a hobby and it would be nice to make some money from it. But if I was just trying to, get monetized or become a full-time creator, it's one of those, like, who's going to tell me, like, when to stop? Like, when is enough enough? I've been 6 years at it and still haven't gotten monetized on this channel. So there's that. So, hey, Savage Scientist is in the house. Yeah. Hello. Good to see you. What's in your cup today? 97% of the income comes from outside of YouTube. Yeah, Absolutely. I hear you. And let's see. The full-time creators, I know their content is to promote their other businesses. Nobody I know relies on ad revenue. And it depends because a lot of people, rely on a lot of different resources and whatnot. So the channel I started in 2010, but I haven't consistently. Yeah, that's the problem, right? A lot of us, we find some new shiny object and then we get distracted and then we talk about something else. And then, we open up 15 more YouTube channels. And then I will say that I'm having some mental blocks about closing off the vertical video channel because I did take a couple of the videos down and I started putting them up and now I'm looking at it and I'm like 60,000 views on a short over there. It's just like, it hurts my heart to just then also be like, I'm going to give it all up and throw it all away. And I actually like the username too. And I have a video over there with 75,000 views and 13,000 views. Wow. That's not bad. And I don't know why I'm feeling just so I don't want to give it up. And then I have some shorts, 60,000 views, 25,000 views, 8,000 views. And I'm like, what am I holding on to this channel for? And I do like the username, but it's I know I need to declutter it and I need to shut it down, but I'm just not I'm having a hard time pulling the trigger, y'all. What is this? 100 comes from outside of YouTube. I'm about to get back into making YouTube videos. I got accepted into a PhD program and I will document. That is amazing. Everyone give it up for. Everyone clap it up in the comments there for Savage Scientist. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. I think that's a great way to kind of utilize the YouTube channel where you get to document the process as you're going. And I think that is kind of a lot of where I'm at these days is I'm documenting stuff I'm doing and, stuff I'm working on and processes I'm going through. And I'm not so much doing some of what I was before, which was this strictly tutorial type based. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but I also wanted to share one app with you that I think is kind of, I don't want to use the word game changing, but I think is pretty awesome. Okay. So y'all know that I like my iPhone, but I don't love the battery life on it right now. And I've been, contemplating, should I use the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra as my daily driver, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, the AirDrop has got me in a chokehold, but I wanted to share this with you for a few reasons. And I'm also going to talk to you, a little bit about iPads because this also was coming into then the whole when is enough and the upgrade thing because the iPads were just talked about in this press release and blah, blah, blah Apple event that just happened on the 7th. And we're getting these iPad Pros in sizes that no one really asked for. It's 11 inch and 13 inch. And then it has an M4 processor. So we skipped M3 completely and we went to M4. Okay. And then we had such a minor spec update. They moved the camera from the side to the top, you know what I mean? And they upgraded a pencil. And other than that, they made it thinner and a little brighter. And that's one of those things where it's one mic versus the other mic, one iPad versus the iPad. Why would I look at the iPads and then be like, I need this? But again, because we all have shiny object syndrome and the gear acquisition syndrome where we want to upgrade. Why was I looking at it for a second being like, But I tell you what, if they brought back the iPad mini and made that a Pro version, that was such a good size iPad. It was so good. It was so good, right? So wait a second. Does it say we have a super chat? Wait a second. Really? Why are you super chatting me when you're the one who just... You have the good news. That's unnecessary. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, wait. Let's do the super chat thing. Thank you for sending in. That's crazy. You really didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. I really do. Let me share this with you all now. As I was talking about this, we've talked about the iPads, right? We talked about gear acquisition syndrome, talked about you need to have someone to tell you when enough is enough, and you don't need this, right? Just like I don't need a better camera, just like I really don't need the DJI Pocket Osmo 3, but I just want it. And it's like irrational because I've got an extra cell phone I can use. There's the super chat. Thank you. Right? You don't need it. Girl, you don't need it. But y'all know I was talking about maybe having the Samsung Galaxy S24 as my daily driver, but the AirDrop thing was just chokehold. Let me share something with y'all. There's an app out there that you can download, and it's called, what's it called? Local Send. I want you guys to, you can do it on, I did it on my MacBook Pro, okay? It's in the App Store there. I did it on my iPhone, and I did it on the Samsung Galaxy, and I did it on my iPad, okay? So Local Send, and then it is going to give you like a name of your device, like these fun names, like this one is called Bright Lettuce or like Blue Raspberry or something like that. So what it has on here is you can send, receive files, pictures, videos. It acts like AirDrop between cross-platform stuff, and it's using as long as you're all on the same Wi-Fi network. You guys, I tried it. It's good. Okay. Like as long as you're at home, and then you're going to start sharing the stuff. It worked great, but Local Send, you can even do this like quick send on where cause it'll come up with like permission, be like, someone wants to find you or like send you a file. Do you want to accept, kind of like AirDrop does? This one, it can just be like, you're going to get it. It's like setting your AirDrop to everyone accept, so anyone can send you stuff. But download it. It's called Local Send. So as long as you're on the same local network, okay, go out, take all the photos that you want to, come home. Local Send from one device to another. You're welcome. And it's free. So I can sit here and I can say send. It says media, text, file, or folder or whatnot. And then it will bring up all the devices that are near you. So it'll say like I said, like purple lettuce or whatever. Like this is worth a thumbs up, y'all. Okay. If there are really truly 9 people here watching this now, this alone, well, maybe you don't care about this, but it's such a big deal for me. Okay. I have to share this with you. So I'm going to make a YouTube short on it as well. But if you get Local Send, okay, you're going to be able to be like, yes, I would like to send media. And you do have to select them like manually, but you can be like, hey, this video that I took today up at the waterfront testing a microphone, I'm going to select it. And I think it says like 1 out of 999. So you can actually send up to, I don't know, like a lot. Okay. But you do that. And then the other one accepts it. And it just works, y'all. It just works if you're at home on the same Wi-Fi. So check it out. Local Send. Have you seen it before, Savage Scientist? Or is this new to you? Because I would like at least for someone to be like, this is new to me and it's a game changer. Thank you, Shelly. And I'll be like, my work here is, kind of done. Someone tell me that this is new to you and this is awesome, because I think it's awesome. I told my husband and he was like, I don't care. I have an Apple, iPhone, and I have a Mac, so I just AirDrop. And I'm like, I know, but this is when you have, if you share a hotspot, it should also work. Okay. As long as as long as I knew you were on like the same network of some kind. Yeah. It's new to you. Yes. Okay. It's awesome, y'all. It is awesome. And it will do videos, and it will do like music files, or just like if you have some PDF on one device, you need to get it to another one. You don't have to rely on Google Drive. You don't have to rely on Google Photos and then downloading. It's good, y'all. Like, I'm good. Yeah, it's good. Try it. I say that I used it today, like for a bit, like across devices, but I'm saying it's good. Okay. Cause I've been at home on this Wi-Fi and sharing files. I shared a video from one to the other. I shared a photo from like my Samsung to my iPhone. And I'm like, this is the way it was meant to be. It was like the Mandalorian. Like, this is the way. This is the way. Really? Y'all are going to leave me hanging like this? You're going to have 8 people watching and only have 4 thumbs up. Even if you don't think it's cool, can you just give it a thumbs up because your girl's excited about a new app? She excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. You're gonna hear about Local Send because I have the microphone and you don't. It's my show and I like it. Anyways, that is a little bit of what I wanted to chat with you about today. How Taylor Swift is like a YouTuber. How, you know what? Yes, because she also issued a YouTube Shorts challenge. She was doing that with a song. So, I mean, even more so. That was another one right there. Right there, and file it under the... You're right. She has a point column. Okay. And we all got to find out today Savage Scientist is coming back to YouTube to vlog. He's probably going to get a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo Kit just to rub it in my face. Make that thumbs up sparkle. Right? And I got to share a cool app with you. And I got to tell you that we need more authenticity in this like online sphere. And I came to tell you there's nothing wrong with being a part-time creator. And I came to tell you, you know, all of the things. And I came to tell you I do want that DJI Pocket Osmo 3, right? And there is going to be a video. I was doing the audio test between the DJI original wireless mic and the Shure Move Mic 2. And I was down at the waterfront by these big boats. And the wind was really going. So I'm going to test that and see how they both did with their little wind muff on. My friend was like, oh, I like the boat. And my stupid ass was like, I like big boats and I cannot lie. And I was like, oh, if you don't know where I'm going with that, like, I can't rock with you, okay? I like big boots and I cannot lie. Anyways. And then Marcus came in to, one, tell me that he's been a YouTube member for 14 months, and then also to rub it in my face that he has the DJI Pocket Osmo 3 Creator Combo Kit, which is what I want. But I don't need because it's just gear acquisition syndrome. It's not necessary, but he made me feel bad. But he is vlogging in public, which I am not. So you can reward yourself for needing the vlogging equipment that you have because you actually vlog and I do not. Okay? So, and tomorrow I am going to try and do some sort of behind the scenes short, maybe channel members only, I don't know. But for y'all to see my attempt, I'm going to attempt and ask the lady if in the barista school class, if I can try and make some sort of latte foam art. We'll see how that goes. And if not, I will just drink it and it will be fine. It will be fine. Thank you, Chantel, for the boats. Boats, everybody. Because it's the Catalina wine mixer. Anyways, I'm going to go have dinner. I'm so excited that I got to chat with you all. If you haven't seen it yet, there was a new video out. This condensed version of last week's live stream, 5 ways to convert horizontal videos into vertical videos. If that is up your boat, up your alley, go watch it. Boats are on my mind now, right? Elgato teleprompter. I know, remember? Everyone for a while was wanting that too. Yeah, I know. It's just gear acquisition. We want it. We want the things. I get it. I feel the same way about cowboy boots. I've been looking at them. I did speak at DigmarCon. It was last Tuesday or something, I believe it was. That was a members only video that went up, and I was wearing cowboy boots. Oh, as I'm like choking. I was wearing cowboy boots for that, but trust me, I'm still kind of in the like, do I need new cowboy boots for Vid Summit? I think I do. I need to start saving for that because boots are expensive, y'all. Okay? They're very expensive. She rocking the boat. Anyways, y'all, I am so down for all of y'all. I just love y'all. We are the best community. We are small but mighty, and I appreciate every single damn one of you. I really do. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, day, whatever is going on, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Thank you for hanging out with me. You are about to buy your 3rd Yeti. I'm not even mad. I'm proud. You know what's so funny about that? I got 2 Stanleys right here because I needed to run an experiment on if I like the smaller size versus the larger size. There are benefits of having the smaller size, I'm just going to say. And then it does remind me of the SNL skit, like the big dumb cups. I can't help it. You know what? I'm a big dumb cup girl now. Okay? I love all of you. Thanks for putting up with me. I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye. I support you in your Yeti journey. I do.